Question, if you're a 1290 Super Duke R owner, do you want more power? Was power on top of your wish list for the new model? Certainly wasn't mine, but KTM has done exactly that and added some rather technical wizardry to the new 1390 Super Duke R. Welcome to Almeria. We're here to ride the Super Duke R and the Super Duke R Evo, and I'm sweating just looking at it.
The highlight of the heavily updated beast has to be the introduction of camshift technology, allowing 2 separate valve lifts and a wider spread of power. Along with a new intake and airbox, plus bigger throttle bodies and a bigger bore, which takes the LC8 motor to 1350cc, KTM claims a whopping 190 brake horsepower and 145 Nm of torque. And thanks to that new airbox, fuel tank capacity has been increased by 1.5 litres to 17.5 litres. The chassis remains largely unchanged, apart from some updated WP suspension and brakes, but there are some even more aggressive looks and that headlight. Also on the menu at Almeria was the chance to ride the 1390 Super Duke R Evo, complete with semi-active suspension and a veritable feast of electronic trickery. Enough waffle, let's wobble.
Right then, got an orange bike, got a Remus can. I think they've all got Remus cans on by the look of it. Oh no, there's a few standards. First out, let's have it. Whoa! Right, gotta remember, cold tyres. Oh my god. This is Larry. I haven't even opened the throttle yet and it feels Larry. Jesus! Fucking Christ! This is like superbike levels of performance with just a massive amount of torque. Jesus, just wheelies! Just want a wheelie! I've never had a bike wheelie so much. I don't think I've ridden a normally aspirated engine like this before. You don't have to be fussy with gear selection here, you can just use the revs or just use the torque. Whatever you prefer. Gee. Fucking hell. You just got to be a little bit careful when that camshift kicks in. I can tell you now, the 2.0 is easier to ride, but you won't be having as much fun. I can tell you also, the lap time is going to be much closer. Oh, it's addictive. We have the option to use 1, 2 or even 3 gears going into a corner, just because of how versatile this engine is. Whoa, do you hear that? Wow. I mean, look, I'm not going to lie, this is Larry. This is Larry. You've got to have some big old swingers to ride this fast, I can tell you.
Right, Pops? Yeah. Oh, sorry, you still filming? You still filming? I thought you finished.
I'm sort of done.
Just watching the pro in action.
Bloody brilliant, mate, eh? I must say, I am loving that.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, so good.
I'm struggling to sort of articulate just how bonkers it is. Do you know what I mean?
Come over here. I can't see you. Just a shadow, mate. You're just a shadow. But yeah, it's good, mate. I have to say, it is very good. You want a long term with these, don't you? You want a pair of long term father and son versions.
Yeah.
What colour are you going for though? Black or orange?
I like the black.
I like the black. I thought it'd have to be orange, but you look at the black and you're like, yeah, that's cool, doesn't it?
So if 190 brake horsepower isn't enough, 145 Nm isn't enough, whack a full Acra system on and you get near 200 and 150 Nm of torque. Where my gloves are, they're there. So we've got slicks, we've got proper race WP suspension, and Hello, more goodies. Let's have it. Oh, it's already way stiffer. Oh, I can already feel the bumps more. Ah! My God, you find me a more exciting bike to ride on track? There isn't one. It may not be the fastest, but Jesus Christ, this is fucking rampant. I mean, the standard bike, you need some big old kahunas to ride. This, I don't know. I mean, you might be spending 20 grand. You might as well spend another few grand on a fucking exhaust like this. Jesus Christ, I can't stop swearing. Where's he going? Fucking hell, where are you going? Problem is I bolted my load too soon. Now I've got to run the standard bikes for the rest of the day. Oh no! Oh, the shifter with these pegs is much nicer as well. Less mechanical movement. It's the little things. Oh, bit of a slide and a bit of a grip and a wheelie to do. Nothing wakes you up like a Super G car. Oh, wheeling over the start finish straight. Yeah, boy, me. Come on, Pops. Gotta say, I'm fairly track fit at the moment, but this is a handful. This is a handful. I mean, you can shove your gym up your arse. This is a proper workout. Whoa. The sound of suspension is so good now. Really, I mean, this stuff is good. It makes the bike more stable, easier, you know, better weight transfer. But there's not a massive amount in it. I need more time, really, not just one session. Whoa, that's over the curb. Oh. Whoa! I'm still struggling to comprehend this bike. What the hell? Woo! Wow.
Like it?
Fucking hell. I don't want to ride the standard one now though. How much is the exhaust?
Actually, I don't know.
You don't want to say. Look at it. Oh.
My brain's still melted from that session. I honestly don't know what to say. My brain's still... If that makes sense. But yeah. Like I said, I think I shot my load too early because now I've got to go back to standard tyres and standard everything. But I wish everyone deserved the chance to have a go on that bike. Everyone needs the opportunity to jump on that bike and enjoy it or scare themselves silly, one or the other. But back to work.
Evo time. Let's see what these electronic suspenders are about. Let's have a go at launch control. That's a bit low, that. See what the cam shift is definitely more noticeable audibly on the stock bike than it is on the hear the track bike. Just whack the TC up a little bit. Tyres are getting a bit sketchy. Still, for all this power, there's still a beautiful amount of feel. That's the other thing as well. It hides the bumps better. This bike definitely. Oh, we got a red flag. Who's smashed it up? Who's binned it? Who's Darren binned it? Shit! World exclusive. Super Duke R in the kitty litter. I still prefer standard conventional suspension on track. I'm one of those old school riders, and you know.
Why are you still on 3/4? Get that down to 1.
Mate, it's fucking sideways. It's like that tyre. It's either got too much air in it.
Well, it's actually pretty low. We've kept them really low.
Right, we'll have one more session on the Evo and go back to the stocker. Track 2. Let's go to track 2. Jezza recommends track 2 for the larger gentleman. Well, I can tell you what, that's instantly better. I suppose that's another sort of downside to electronic suspension. You've got to get the exact right electronic setting for the moment you go out. Oh, it feels better already. A bit nosier, a bit more agile. Oh, that tyre is gone. She is Slidey McSliderson. It's a brave decision to come to Almeria, because this is a proper test circuit. You spend a lot of time on the side of the tyre. Oh, she pumps. Oh. I mean, I'd love to do a proper back-to-back against a superbike, because it's not that far off it anymore. Whoa, shit, that's wide. Yeah, this setting is much better. I mean, this doesn't feel like a super naked through here. Jeez, feels sorted. Very, very sorted. Lacks the fluidity. That's the only thing it's lacking, but I mean, look, it's not a super bike, it's a bespoke naked bike designed to make you laugh. Whoa, fucking hell. Whoa, unshit your pants. Whoa, oh, fuck me. Fucking hell. Oh, oh, I've never had a bike wheelie like that going over there. Jezza, so you're the man that's partly responsible for this bike.
Yeah, just partly, yeah.
Go on, rerun the fun, because that story you told during the press presentation, normally they're quite boring, but that made me chuckle.
What one?
About Moto 2.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, when we get these raw prototypes, you know, they don't come with any electronics on them, so that camshaft technology was the first time we'd ever tested it, and it was brutal. I mean, with the switch to 6,000, I loved it because it felt like we're back in the olden days of like 500 GP bikes. The power band came in and it would wheelie, but you had to be really careful that you didn't flip it over. And you could tell straight away that we had way more performance than we had on the 1290. And of course, you know, like all riders, when you see someone else on track, you're always pitting yourself against them to see, you know, can I catch him? And it was our Moto 2 test team. Now, okay, I have to say that I had the benefit of being there a day before they got there, so they're probably just, you know, they've been out for a couple of sessions, they're getting up to speed, and I could see them like 3 corners in front, so I just put the head down and kept pushing, caught them, and you know, the motorsport team had been telling us to stay out of their way, so I caught them up and, you know, dived underneath them into turn 1, and then I sat up and obviously let them get on with their program. But yeah, it was just one of those things you'll remember forever and ever, that you get the test on the same track in like a big track like Brno,
Even for an ex-MotoGP rider like yourself, it's still gives you a buzz.
It's amazing what those little things that tickle us
Yeah.
that day. But yeah, I had fun that day, and I've been having fun with this bike ever since, because as you've been testing it right now, and you can tell that it's got a lot more performance.
Damn, I mean, keep saying to everyone, the engine of this bike has always been the centerpiece. It's always been what it's all about. But this is just another level. Yeah. I've never had a bike coming down here, change to fourth, and then wheelie.
Still wheelies, yeah.
Like, I got a bit tired in that session, and I wheelied, and then had a bit of whiskey throttle.
You've got to be. I saw you wheeling over here. You've got to be. I can see how quick the bike. If you turn it all off, remember now that the reason why we've got those different modes of wheelie control is to stop that happening with such an engine like this.
Yeah.
And if you keep it in very high, it'll still get to a high point without flicking you over the back. But you probably had it off. Like I would just, when I'm having a bit of fun and I want something for my GoPro. You just, when you put it into the track mode, everything like track throttle, everything off, you got to have a little bit of respect. Actually, you got to have a fair bit of respect.
Damn right, yeah. I'll keep saying anyway, you got to have some big bollocks to ride this bike fast. You really have.
Yeah, it's amazing how it gets off the corner. We always thought the 1290 was better than anything. Now you got like more than 150 newton meters of torque on the power parts bikes with slicks on it, and the full Krovich system, and it's so much fun. It'll lift in fourth gear. You can lift it in fifth gear if you really want it, but what more fun do you want on a motorcycle on a track like this, wheeling in fourth gear?
No, and I think, honestly speaking, I think the 2.0 is probably maybe a bit quicker over a lap time. But
I'd like to take you
really?
on that. You get a 2.0 and bring it here.
But you're not having as much fun, that's for sure. I mean, if you want a super bike, if you want to go out and you're serious about track days, you get a super bike. But if you want a bike that, tickles your bollocks and makes you laugh.
You're always talking about lap times and stuff. I mean, this has got to be like over a second quicker than our predecessor.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that what you've sort of measured it?
Yeah, just because we go to certain places, maybe we're doing tire checks, and so we know what our lap time is on some of our proving grounds, and you go out on this and you're going quicker straight away. So I guess on a track like this, it's going to be a good over a second quicker than it was before, maybe 1.5. But I mean, lap times aren't the be all and everything. It's all about enjoying yourself. And as you say, the whole idea about having a bike is having all of that mid-range torque to have fun with. I've come to love that KTM really concentrate on making mid-range and making the mid-range even more fun. And the camshaft technology does that very, very well. You get to 6,000 RPM and it just feels like you've just selected another gear. You've gone on to performance override, the hooligan mode. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
It's a lot of fun. And everybody's doing 20-minute sessions on this bike without wearing themselves out. You're on your fourth session, starting to feel it. But it's a rider-friendly, easy bike to ride on track and super easy on the road.
We've got some tweak suspension on this now, on the standard R. Let's see what this is all about. I think he's whacked some preload on because it's nosy as fuck, Sarge. Yeah, you can keep your electronic suspension for track. Give me the conventional stuff any day. This is much better. Definitely more consistent, more predictable. It thrives off grip, this bike. It thrives off it. It needs grip. If you give it grip, it's badass. Well, it's badass anyway without grip. It makes it more excited, that's for sure. Ooh. Well done, Pops.
Not bike, man. That's just not the non-Evo.
Hey?
Non-Evo with some tweaking.
Much better, isn't it? Much better. Yeah, really good.
Get the Evo and I'm like, oh god.
No, I definitely have that, 100%. Yeah. It's too. This is more predictable, more consistent.
For track stuff.
Yeah.
Better, isn't it?
Yeah. But I will say the Evo was nicer over bumps.
Yeah, true. I think on the road you've got that comfort mode.
Yeah.
That, but I think just for out and out speed on a circuit.
Yeah.
A well set up standard one.
As you can probably tell, I can't chuck enough superlatives at this engine. It's rampant, deeply involving, yet smooth and manageable when you need it to be. The variable valve timing has meant the 3090's mid-range hasn't been sacrificed to make way for power that refuses to relinquish near the red line. There's enough power everywhere to dislocate joints, and I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if the new 3090 registered some sort of seismic wave on the Richter scale. But the whole package deserves praise. Despite the brutality, it's slightly easier to ride at pace thanks to a smoother throttle and revised fueling. What we have now is a spacious Super Naked with super sport levels of ability. As I mentioned, it was a brave decision to launch a bike at Almeria given its unforgiving nature, but the 1390 chassis was more than up to the job. It takes zero effort to meet an apex and just a whiff of throttle to leave an apex. We answer all of your questions in the next video, but the most frequently asked question was, shall I upgrade from my Gen 3? In truth, unless you're chasing temps on track, you probably won't feel any of the chassis updates. What you will notice is the smoother throttle and delicious fueling tweaks, and of course, that engine. The hectic launch schedule meant we didn't get the chance to test the 1390 on the road, but I'd probably be editing this video from a Spanish prison if we had. It also would have been nice to ride the bike on race tyres or even slicks to truly unlock its potential, as the last few sessions were like riding on wets. At 17,999, it's bang on par with its rivals, but you'll have to pay another grand for the tech pack, which gives you all the Gucci electricery.
Well, I'm joined by my good father, aka the legend that is Lamb Chops. Pops, what a day.
Oh, it's been unbelievable, Jenny,
Yeah.
isn't it? Absolutely. It's so nice to get away father and son thing like this.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
almost like, shame you couldn't bring mum, wasn't it? It was a shame, but she's always good on the back normally, but I don't think she would appreciate it around here. But what a couple of days, mate.
Oh.
What a couple of days.
I mean, let's talk. This is what we're here to talk about. The big
Yeah.
boy,
Big
1390
boy.
Super G car. I mean, I'm still struggling. My brain's still melted after what happened earlier. I mean, struggling to comprehend and articulate just how fucking bonkers it is.
It's insane, isn't it? I mean, I owned a Gen 1,
Yeah.
which had a lot done to it, Rottweiler airbox, full system,
Yeah.
tuned. It was mental. I loved it. But the engine was fantastic, but the chassis never
No.
delivered,
And the gearbox was a bit...
Yeah, it was like a muscle car. You know,
Yes.
it had a great engine,
Yeah.
but it never went around corners.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, I spent a lot of money on suspension, it never went around corners. I love the Gen 2. They fixed a lot of things with the Gen 2.
Yeah.
Gen 3, they brought that chassis in. Absolutely
Yes.
fantastic. But this Gen 4, is this a Gen 4? We call
I guess
a
it
Gen
is,
4?
yeah.
And even from like session 1, when I've only ridden around Almeria once, and I'm not as quick as you guys, you know. But even for me, sort of a novice, you can jump on this, you can ride it, you can go bloody mental on
It
it.
is. I mean, I was just saying on camera, it's the gap between super bikes or, you know, super sports bikes and naked bikes
Yeah.
has come down. I still don't think, despite what Jezza says, it's not as quick as a Tuono on track. But a Tuono is basically a super bike with
that's it.
upright bars and no fairings, whereas this is a bespoke naked
Yeah,
bike.
you've got
I'll
the
tell you
comfortable
what,
ergos on this, haven't you?
Yes.
Which you haven't. You've got a bit tight in the leg on the Tuono, aren't you?
Yeah.
You've got a really nice, comfortable road bike, which is just bonkers.
Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers.
and you were saying off camera earlier, you're thinking of buying one.
Well, yeah, I'm actually. I nearly bought the Gen 3 when they're doing the special £3,000 off.
Yes.
And I thought I've got to wait and try the
Yeah,
Gen
yeah,
4
yeah,
first.
yeah.
And now I'm like, it's so good. It is brilliant. And I want a fast, naked track bike.
Yes. So
And a good road bike.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and
two
I
for
think,
one, yeah. A bob off.
two for one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is it. I mean, it's just. I love sports bikes, and you know they're brilliant around the track. But they're hard. I'm 52. I'm overweight. Yeah, it's hard work, isn't it? It's hard work on a sports
You're
bike.
only 10 years older than me, Dad.
Well, you
You
wait.
must have been busy when I was in HIPAA. Bloody hell.
Potent, mate. Potent is all I can say. Early developer. But I mean, these are just so good on the road and on track. It's an unbelievable do-it-all bike.
What do you reckon of the camshift?
It's good. You can feel it come in,
Yeah,
can't you?
yeah.
The early one, if you're on track and you're revving it, it ran out of, at the top.
Yes,
it was a
definitely.
bit lackluster, wasn't it? I mean, it's a big V-twin. They don't like revving, do they? But it's definitely giving it a little bit of extra punch, isn't it?
Fucking hell. I mean, you're not really. It's not a bike that you run out of revs quickly. But
No.
now and again, I was like, oh, I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
I
You know,
was.
it's just. I've bored
it's-
myself saying it's fucking nuts, but it is just fucking nuts.
Yeah, it
and you
is
challenge.
good.
I'll challenge anyone to find me a more exciting bike to ride on track than this, because I don't think there is one.
It's a shame we couldn't do it on the road, wasn't it? It's a shame
Yes.
we couldn't take it on the
Yeah.
road. I'm sure it would be unbelievable on the
But
road
I
as well.
think there's a high chance that we'll be in jail now.
Quite possibly. We
Yeah.
may be in jail from the 990 road
Yeah,
already. Hope there's no cameras about on that one. But no, it's phenomenal.
Right, I think we should have some more beers.
It's got to be that. I think there might be some dancing tonight as well, mate. We might have a bit of the boogie, a bit of a rave on. Woo, woo, woo.